everybody, and welcome to TV Talk. My name is Anna Campion, and I'm going to be talking today about political figures in TV shows in light of the upcoming presidential election. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. If not, you should totally Google it. It's pretty crazy. In recent years, there's been a lot of political TV shows on. Some you may have seen, some are really popular, but others you might have missed. So if you're not crazy satisfied with the Don or Hillary, it might be cool to check out some of these fictional characters. Maybe some of them might suit your fancy a little bit better. So, as I mentioned earlier with all these political shows, I'm going to kind of go through and rank who I think would be the best president of the key political figures in these shows. I have 9 shows and I'm going to go from worst to best. So the first one I say is the one that I really don't want, and the last one I say is the one that I really, really want. So the first show that we're going to be talking about is House of Cards. House of Cards is a Netflix original series, one of their sort of first ones. It's been super successful. Season 5 is currently in production, and it looks at the pretty dark, seedy underbelly of DC politics. The main political figure in this one is Frank Underwood. And I have to say, I don't want Frank Underwood to be my president. He murders too many people. I feel like you shouldn't do that if you're a president. So he is at the bottom of my list in terms of people that I want to be president. But some people really like him. I see a lot of people wearing Underwood 2016 shirts all the time. I just feel like if you murder people, then you shouldn't do that. So the second show is Scandal, which is part of the Shondaland universe with Grey's Anatomy and How to Get Away with Murder. It follows Olivia Pope, who is some sort of a political fixer, a gladiator. Her and her team of gladiators kind of fix political problems. And the big president in this show is Fitzgerald Grant, President Fitz. And I don't like this guy either. I mean, he's so indecisive. Like, he can't decide if he wants to divorce his wife and be with Olivia, and he just can't do anything. So indecisive. I don't want him near the big red button. No, thank you. Bye, Fitz forever. I think you and Olivia are cute, but that's it. So Veep is HBO's big political show. It's a political satire comedy, and it follows the politician Selena Meyer, who in the beginning seasons is vice president, and then in later seasons eventually becomes president. I actually looked it up. She was ranked 43 out of 44 presidents. So she's bad. She wasn't a good president. So I think I personally would not vote for her. You have to admire her ambition. She ran for Senate like 8 times, and she failed most of them. But she eventually got it, and then she was, vice president after losing during the primaries. So she sticks with it. She sticks with her guns. So I like her ambition, but she might not be cut out for this. I think she should have stuck with Seinfeld. Sorry, Julie Louis-Dreyfus. All right, so Designated Survivor is one of ABC's newest shows. I believe it's only midway through its first season. It follows Tom Kirkman, who happens to be the only senator that is not blown up in a terrorist attack during the State of the Union address. So he becomes the president because he's the closest one in the government to the presidency, so he becomes the designated survivor, thus the title. He seems to be doing fine. I mean, it's only halfway through the first season. So for me personally, I feel like I'm not informed enough of a voter to be able to truly give a pitch for or against him, so I'm putting him kind of right in the middle of my list. It's Kiefer Sutherland, so he seems really capable, but other than that, I think I have to wait for the end of the first season to be able to make an informed decision about President Kirkman. But stay tuned, great show. So Commander-in-Chief is one of the more obscure political shows that we're talking about today. It only had 1 season in 2006, and Gina Davis plays the main political figure, Mackenzie Allen. She was originally vice president, and then she becomes president of the United States. She's super smart, she's an independent, and she seems to know what she's doing, but again, it's one of those things where there was only 1 season. She didn't actually put that much into legislation, but she is known for being a big feminist, so again, I'm putting her right in the middle of my list, but higher up than President Kirkman, because I feel like she and I would get along. I feel like I could get a coffee with her. One of the most famous political shows, probably of all time, is The West Wing, which aired from 1998 to 2006, and the big president in that one is Josiah Bartlett. And he's awesome. He's great. He is president for 8 years. He has a 36-long political career. He got reelected even after he told the entire American public that he had multiple sclerosis. So obviously he was really good at his job. People wanted him to do that even knowing that he, might be debilitated in some way for his job. So I think he's great. Bartlett 2020, I like him a lot. Political Animals was a one-season miniseries that aired on USA Network, which follows the former First Lady and current Secretary of State, Elaine Barish. It's vaguely familiar to anyone who follows politics. She's super accomplished. Elaine Barish is so cool, and she's super well educated. She's really good at being Secretary of State. I'm with her. Madam Secretary is currently airing their 3rd season on CBS, and it follows the Secretary of State, Elizabeth McCord. She's appointed Secretary of State after the former Secretary of State is murdered. Elizabeth McCord was a CIA analyst for 20 years. She taught political science at UVA, which we can forgive her for this one, before she became Secretary of State. She's a total badass. She's so cool. She's my number 2 pick. She is awesome. And again, kind of familiar. My number 1 pick for who I would want to be president of the United States is Leslie Knope from NBC's Parks and Recreation. Parks and Recreation aired for 7 seasons. It's a super great comedy. It's on Netflix. Check it out if you haven't already. It's super popular, and Leslie Knope is so awesome. She's hilarious. She's super ambitious. She gets everything done. She's really organized. And it's actually hinted in the 7th season that she or her husband, Ben Wyatt, become president of the United States, so I feel like this isn't so far-fetched of a dream of mine. Knope we can forever, Pawnee forever. I would die for Leslie Knope. Let's get her in the White House, Knope 2020. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, WMTV 1693, and make sure you follow us on all social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And everybody who watched this and everybody else, make sure that you go out and vote, make your voice heard on November 8th, whether you're registered in Williamsburg or you have to send in an absentee ballot. It's super important, and it's super important that you make your opinions heard like I made my opinions heard today. Go America.